I'm gonna talk about the story called The Flame of Section that I want to make it into a film. Nah. So the simple summary of The Flame of Section is that three kids, Zoe, Andrew, and Anthony, staying in a haunted house of Mrs. McDowell. And the Mrs. McDowells appear as a human in the beginning of the story who is supposed to take care of them. But at the end of the story, she turns into a ghost to block the children from going out of the house. So this story can be very good to make the movie into a film because the authors used the Phaetex pyramid, which makes the movie to flow smoothly. So the social and historical background. First, the country that the story is taking place is Scotland. Referring to the word Sligatchen, it is a kind of house that it was built in the Scottish culture. And the Sligatchen house is an old wooden granite grey shape, which was built not in the era where the story is taking place, because no electricity here tells us that the author, the main character, Zoe, Andrew, and Anthony, is all familiar with the usage of electricity. Since the background of the story is really old, taking place in an old house, it can be more exciting because as it is known that as the setting goes to older ages, it gets much more scarier because the audiences cannot think what will happen or expect what will happen. So let's talk about authors who can help us to make the films better. So first, authors' name are Amy Branigan and Caroline Branigan. Referring to the surnames that they have, they are both known as siblings. And Amy Branigan wrote a book, but it isn't published yet. So let's talk about characters. Zoe is a 11 years old girl, normal girl, who is a little bit mature due to the responsibility that she had from her mother to take care of her twin brother, who is Andrew and Anthony. Second, Anthony is a boy who is always fidgety, curious, clumsy, and childish, and can't stay still for a while. And moving on to Andrew, he is a little bit calmer than his twin, Anthony, because as when Anthony was keep talking in the train, Andrew kept quiet. Mrs. McDowell, the old lady who is gentle and loyal at the beginning of the story, but being cruel, turning into a cruel ghost at the end, trying to block the kids. And the Tikaso, a mid-aged man who is friendly and pleasant enough to talk to the children without a distance. And even though he might be busy doing his work, like selling tickets and arranging everything, he will talk to them and told a story about his things. Let's talk about literary devices which can help the movies to get much more exciting. So first, imagery. The examples of imagery is a huge house, a cross between a house and a castle, and heavy outdoor, etc., etc. Imagery can help to describe the setting, background of the movie. Hyperbole. It's been ages and ages. Hyperbole can attract more interests of the audiences by making an exaggeration. And finally, idiom. Stop pulling our legs. Idioms can help to describe the personality of the characters. So to find out why this story is better, we can differ from the other story called the Hantu, which is the Malaysian ghost story. So the first look at the moral. The moral of the story is to respect the elders and the culture. However, in the flame of the fiction is to respect the children because they can be right, even though they sometimes talk nonsense. The appearance of the ghosts are also different. In Hantu, the ghost appears in an angry, vengeful spirit of someone. However, in famous fiction, the ghost appears as a human but turns into a ghost at the end. The culture of the Hantu is Malaysian culture, and the theme of the fiction is the culture of a Scottish culture, as I told you before previously. And the background of Hantu is taking place in tropical forests in Malaysia. On the other hand, the theme of the section is taking place in background is in section house, which is in Scotland. So let's talk about why this story can be in really good movie. First of all, it can be watched in the all ages. Second, the movie can be closely related to the teacher sources as the story itself is related to. And last, the story can be really realistic due to the description that they have. And the budget of the movie will be 1 million ringgit, and it is expected that we will earn 5 times of that. Thank you.